Airman Cave Archives! Knowing and doing are two different things.
Hey, welcome back to Airman Cave Archives. So tonight I thought I'd talk about a book or a novella. So I've done a graphic novel, I've done a children's book, I've done a journal type book, and poetries and short stories with my dad. But I wanted to do a book. And so I looked up what a novel consisted of, and I believe it was over 50,000 words. And I just don't have that in me. Not the patience, but the time to be able to do it. And so I thought maybe I could do a novella. Now, a novella is around 30,000 or more words, up to, I believe, 50,000, and hence that's the smaller version of a novel. Well, I'll tell you, one morning I woke up and I'd had a dream kind of about my dad and just a communication or conversation, and I looked at the angel painting that I've got in my room that I had done. And as I looked at it, this story came popping in my head. So I got up, I wrote a quick rough outline for it, and then over breakfast I started filling in some of the blocks and some of the stories and the meat to it. And a little bit over time it just became something that I thought maybe it could turn into this novella. I go about the way of writing it, and in the end it ended up being a very therapeutic process to be able to not talk to my dad, because that would just be like a weird Ouija board thing, but to be able to say some of the stuff that I didn't get to say while he was around. Before he passed, because we didn't have a lot of time together before he did pass away. So it ended up being and if you'll remember from previous episodes, is I love you in the conversation that my dad and I would have. And so that's the cover to the book, and that is the back cover. And it ended up being about 108 pages. And you can see this was the original. That's what I started it out with, and started putting the meat and bones to it. But I really enjoyed the process of doing it and writing it, and it just flowed from me. And I would be typing and I'd kind of get a little misty-eyed, and it was just, like I said, the story was flowing out of me. And it's a neat read. So I'll read you just a quick snippet from one of the pages. This is kind of my first interactions with the painting. Now I know I'm stoned. I have to be, because what happened can't be real. There's two figures standing on the balcony of a painting I just finished, and they're waving at me. I said they're waving at me. Deep breath, bro. Rub your eyes, get a glass of water. Speaking of water, it sounds like the ocean, the crash of the waves against the sand. It sounds so close. What the hell were those roaches laced with? This is why Nancy Reagan always said, don't do drugs. Damn it, Nancy. What was I thinking? Got to put my head out of the window and get some fresh air. The sound of the waves are getting louder and louder. I could almost smell the salt air. That's it. I've got to get out of here. And just as I think this, the water starts to pour in from my dad's painting. It splashes across the floor, pushing my furniture against the door. Are you kidding me right now? I'm rubbing my eyes. This can't be real. Come on. I can feel the water rising around my ankles and my calves now. I hear seagulls. Are those seagulls on my curtain rod? This isn't freaking happening. The people are waving at me. The people in the picture. Seriously, they're nonchalantly waving. Hey, can you two mind telling me what the heck's going on? Another wave crashes against me. but I can hear them as I scream. Everything's going to be all right. It was very therapeutic for me to be able to write this. Don't forget to be able to express yourself and get the therapy that you need to whenever you're talking through things and things that you may not have gotten to say to loved ones before they passed away or left your circle. So thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Airman Cave Archives! Knowing and doing are two different things.